I think these lessons are amazing. The I am not a body, I am free is going on for a very long time. But it's good. It's because we need to practice that. Because the biggest defense against the truth is the belief that we are the body. So let's go for it.
All right, lesson 217. I am not a body, I am free, for I am still as God created me. It can be but my gratitude I earn. Who should give thanks for my salvation but myself? And how but through salvation can I find the self to whom my thanks are due? I am not a body, I am free, for I am still as God created me.
Yeah. Who should give thanks for my salvation but myself? And how but through salvation can I find the self to whom my thanks are due? So we will go within now and allow ourselves to take a look at what's in the way of salvation. Is there still some shame, guilt, or doubt? That can be removed. We'll just sink inward and allow Spirit to guide our meditation. Sink into peace and joy. And today we can have this beautiful practice of gratitude, of feeling our own gratitude for the progress in our minds. For practicing the ways of salvation. Gratitude towards our true self, guiding us. And for freedom. For the fact that we are as God created us. Somewhere in the Course, Jesus says, you are mind, holy mind, and nothing but mind. And we have dissociated from that fact. And we made up a body, and often we dissociate even from the body, from a lot of feelings. So we can also practice to not dissociate from anything today. Full acceptance, full allowance. It's like there is a mildness in the air. It's a mild experience. The morning sounds, birds and the roosters. Pigeons. And it came to mind again this morning how I'd say all of us, I think all of us, most of us, but all of us, I would say, have experienced different kinds of traumas in our lives or in our past lives. And how there has been dissociation, and how there is shame or guilt or different kinds of projections on the body that have made us avoid certain things or avoid certain parts of us, and we're not in touch with certain parts of our psyche, certain feelings in our bodies. So it's important to allow, have full allowance, full willingness to be in touch with those parts of us, to see, is there any tension? Is there any tension anywhere in the body that you can just kind of acknowledge? Just say, I hear you, I feel this, I hear you, self. I invite you, I welcome you, I welcome this feeling. Because these traumas, they had a grip in us, but they're not happening now. It's gone, it's over. It's from a dark past. So it's very, very safe to practice this healing now. It's necessary. If we want to be happy and free, we need to allow those feelings, those parts of the mind that have been pushed away. And Jesus even says that the body is a concrete form of fear. The body doesn't exist in the present moment. So all the parts of the body, the whole seeming body is a projection of fear in consciousness. That's why we need to look at fear. The more you look at fear, the less you see of it. And sometimes we can feel more tension in the body, certain parts of the body, as if we are holding on to fear. And we can even invite light, invite spirits to be with us, go within. Because it is through being able to relax, that's the way we can release fear. And if anyone has anything specific that you would like to raise up this morning, we can take some time for that now. The Holy Spirit can hear all prayers, all spoken prayers and all unspoken prayers. He hears them before you utter a word. It's with you. He's with us so much more than we believe often. Is there anything anyone would like to lay on the altar? Yeah, and hi.
Yeah, there's like a shame of speaking somehow, so I'll lay that on the altar. But I had yeah, quite a miraculous day yesterday after sharing what was on my heart, and the reflection from the woman that I'm working with was incredible. Actually, it was like so different an experience. But what I'm noticing is there's kind of like two things going on. There's like this ball of like fear that I'm just sitting here with. But there's also like this laziness in the mind. And that's the thing that seems to be around a lot. Like, oh, you know, something just wants to fall asleep. It doesn't want to look. Yeah, and that's when I start avoiding things, or I don't do the reading, or I don't do the lesson, because I did it yesterday. Actually, I felt like I needed to, and it was like, yeah, the momentum built up, and now it wants to go in the opposite direction. So it's like
the ego wants to be lazy. The ego wants you to be lazy, and especially if you've had a good day, there is a backlash. Like it's like a temptation or a resistance.
Like I didn't quite catch what you said, Jenny. It's like and I didn't quite catch it.
A resistance. I forgot what I said before.
Resistance. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But it takes just a little willingness. It's very, very good. You have your eyes on it, on this laziness. And you said also there is a ball, like a ball of fear. And I think the tendency is often to not even be aware of the ball of fear, but to go into laziness. But you're aware of both. And it's very, very good. You know, you can really see it. You can allow yourself to see it. And that's a prayer in itself. It's a prayer to let go of the laziness. Because you want to be on, and you want to be this miracle worker, this miraculous force all the time. And you can, you know, the ego will say, oh, that was just a one-off, you know, that was just a great day. Now we're back to normal, you know, but it's insidious. That's not how it's meant to be. Miracles are due every day. You are entitled to it every day. It's natural. Just to allow the momentum of that practice, of that willingness. Like Jesus wants to hold your hand, or Spirit wants to be with you and say, just let's continue here. I'm with you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you too. I'm so glad to hear how it was such a miraculous day yesterday.
Yeah.
And she shared yesterday about the woman she works with. It was very, there was some ego dynamic or some feeling that, yeah, some clashing or something, judgment. Yeah. And that was healing.
Yeah, I just want to share one more thing that sort of went out of my mind, but I had to go to the dentist yesterday. And I felt it was the dentist's fault that this problem had occurred. So apart from the fear of going to the dentist that was around, you know, like, and handing over, there was also this fear of confrontation. But that kind of went really smoothly as well. It went from, you know, like this massive charge to just quite a small charge. So it was probably about the price I would have paid to get a filling in Spain that I paid. So I was quite prepared to pay that, you know. So it went from like £210 to £70, £75. So it's like, oh, it was almost like a bargaining thing going on, but it was like something that I avoid, actually. So yeah, so that felt really good to just stay with it and allow, you know, what felt right to come through. So yeah, thank you.
Lots of miracles. Thank you. I spoke with her yesterday about I'm here to be truly helpful, doing that prayer, and as she was working with a lady. Yeah. It seemed truly helpful. Okay, anybody else? We have Francois.
Hello, hello everyone. It's just I don't have the picture up because it's hard to hold my wrist, and so
Okay.
Yeah, what a month I've been through.
Yeah.
Yes, it's just been a roller coaster. That's just putting it mildly, but just yeah, maybe what I want to place on the altar is just, it's getting better the past week, but just the fear of people just was so intense. It was so intense I couldn't even leave my room. I had to just family members. I was scared of just intense terror. It was like if somebody spoke to me, it was like everyone became very corpsey, and it was beyond terror. But that's getting better. Thank God, that's getting better. I mean, I can at least engage in a conversation now without resorting to fear or panic. And
I mean, I can say something about that. I think that fear, it's like you have released part of the self-concept, but maybe not all of it. And then you come back to people who think you are like you were before. And there is part that doesn't relate. You don't relate, you know, and that's why there is so much fear.
Yes, that's exactly it. It's the mundane, you know, it's when they spoke to me, it's about mundane stuff that I couldn't relate anymore. It was yes, it was a lot of things, I think, but it was just, yes. And then they speaking to Francois and a lot of Francois has been erased, you know, I still don't have an appetite. That's gone completely. You know, I have to, I can't digest solids. Just so yogurt and a cup of soup is my diet at the moment, still past 3 weeks. But it feels good. It's part of the healing, I think. It's just been it's been crazy how much stuff I've digested, you know, physically, and now all this stuff. So it's kind of just rest. I feel with this form of diet, it's just rest. I don't know how to explain it otherwise, but it feels restful. Just giving myself a break, I can kind of feel. But just there's no appetite as well. I have no appetite. I can't believe it. Which is, and compared to 2 months ago, where I had such a big appetite, you know, I just wanted to, I was like a Pac-Man, just eating whatever. And now it's just stop.
Yeah, it can go that way, actually. Appetites go away.
Yeah.
You have less interest.
Yes, no interest in food, you know, or if I start eating, there's a feeling like I want to vomit. Or it goes down. But I just halfway, I just have to stop. You know, the times I've tried to eat. So it's just, I've just felt like just go with soft food. I don't know if that's right or wrong, but it feels good at the moment. I don't feel deprived or anything.
Yeah, if it feels good, it sounds the right way to go for now.
Yes, I feel like it's, I sometimes, most days I just live moment to moment, you know, it could change in a minute, but for now it feels good. Yes, there's also what I want to maybe place on the altar is there's, it's just, there's a sadness, yes, because I see myself living a monastic life, you know, but I don't know how that's gonna, if it's gonna ever happen again, you know, living in community. But and meanwhile, I think the lessons, I still have lessons here to learn or unlearn. And if that's meant to be, I believe spirit will find a way again, you know. I don't know the form.
There's a calling to be with like-minded, I think, for you and for all of us. And I think, yeah, there are things to go through at times, you know, like now you're back in South Africa and you're going through, you're facing stuff, facing the past, releasing the past, healing past trauma and tensions. You know, that's what it is for.
I think, yes, that's another thing, Jenny, is that I'm releasing my family now. I'm seeing the family concept as a complete lie. I see it. I think that's what I think why I came back. I mean, to see it completely clearly. It's the mother, father, brothers. It's a lie, and it's not a bad way. My family members, in quotes, have been more gentle and very kind to me this past month, but I can see, like, my mother concept, it's not true. My mother is not my mother, and there's there's not a sadness or anything like that anymore. I can see her more as I'm learning to see her more as a brother or sister, to put it more correctly, but she's not my mother.
Beautiful.
Yes,
It's like a big shift.
a lot of shifts.
Mm.
Yes, I'm.
It's
So
a
yeah,
big-
thank you.
Yeah, thank you too. The difference in the communication if you speak to a brother, you know, a brother according to the course language, how it's described, rather than to a mother, than to a role, from a role. It's very different.
Yes, I do. I see my language have kind of shifted. Well, I've been very quiet. I see
Yeah.
when
Fantastic.
I've been more on a listening, and then I see, oh, this is completely false. I just the false. This is not true. That's the dialogue that goes in my mind. So that's been,
yeah.
you know, it's been big unlearning.
Sometimes you have to leave situations and conversations that are false,
Yeah.
false, you know.
Yes, I do that. That's completely. And then in the beginning, that's when I've stood up, walked away, and then I went to my room. And then, but then this isolation feeling, you know. But then now I feel like this is part of the plan. You know, God and Spirit is taking me, I don't know where, but you know, this isolation is temporary. I don't know, but that's the feeling I get, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just to keep going step by step, moment by moment.
Trust. Thank you.
Yeah. Love you, Francois.
Love you.
Yeah, love you. It's really good to have you here.
Yes. It feels good. It feels really good.
Everyone is doing glow kisses to you.
Oh, can't even see, but wait a
Sweet. Vanessa.
Yeah, just this resistance to share, but to try to repeat them by myself with the Holy Spirit. But yeah, I'm feeling not so good. For example, I feel guilt. I feel selfish, egoist about Jonas, because when he started to talk about his body, and I start to judge, and I feel tired to listen. My mind is like every day the same stories, and I think, oh, I'm not gentle with him, but at the same time I feel like, oh my God, I cannot stand to listen every day the same story about sleeping, about food, about I didn't sleep because of this, because of that, and I feel just tired to hear so much story about body and about.
Can I say something here? You're not wrong for feeling that way. You're a demonstration. Because you don't want to focus on that, and you show him that he doesn't have to focus on that. That's the way you teach him. You demonstrate all your feelings about this, demonstrate that this is not what he needs to focus on. So you don't have to try to stand it, you know. Your heart wants, you want peace, you want harmony, true communication, or, you know, communication to release the blocks and to join, but not just ongoing, you know. Yeah, about the body. We don't need to strengthen the body in awareness. You could just tell them, don't worry about this. I don't worry about this, so you don't need to worry about this. Let's do something inspiring, you know.
Thank you.
Mm. Yeah, you're not wrong.
Oh.
And we look forward to seeing you on Sunday.
Yeah, me too. Thank you.
Thank you. Very good. Well, enjoy the practice today. It can be but my gratitude I earn. I think that was the one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Very helpful. Stay right-minded.
Have a beautiful day.